Thanos will have that soon.
All right, g'day, and welcome to another semi-regular stream that I've been doing, Comics We Actually Enjoy. I am Dean James, your host, your mate in comics from the land down under, and I'm here with my guest co-host for the day, Chris Fisk. Say hello, mate.
Hey, how's it going?
Good,
Man.
good. It's been a busy day. I'm in the middle of my work day and all that, but, I'm taking time off to continue to stream. This has been 2 streams, 2 days in a row, which is something I have never done before on this channel, I don't think. Maybe once ever. But yeah, this is Comics Made history. So, but it is extremely busy. I know that, like, everyone's streaming right now. I know Jeremy's about to go live with his From stream as well. So I'm sure people will be bouncing back and forth between every one of those shows for the rest of the afternoon. But yeah, let's just say hello to the people who are here already. Mo Biggs is here. G'day, Mo. Good to see you, mate. He says, Chris, you're going to have to redo your list. The title specifies comics, not manga. Don't worry, we're going to have a manga special. I've already arranged it with Rini. So you can just avoid that stream entirely, Mo. That'll be the manga one. But yeah, that'll be up in like 2 weeks or something. On the 14th, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, Chris is like, lol. And hello, Angelus Draven. Oh, you're a new face. Welcome. I've never seen you before. Appreciate you for joining us. G'day, Joe. Good to see you, mate. Funny you should show up, man. Like, we're actually going to be talking about one of your books today. Oh, Chris is gone. Oh, well. I guess it's just going to be mean. See, you offended him with your, Mo, you offended him by telling him that he can't talk about manga, and now he's just out of here. But it's all right. But good to see you, Joe. Thanks for joining us, man. We're actually going to talk about Star Circuit today. Because that was one... Because what I do is, when I prepare these streams, I tell the guest host to... to pick a bunch of comics they actually like, and then I'll pick a bunch that I actually like as well. And both of us today both said Star Circuit issue 1. And, considering you got issue 2 coming out right now, we're going to, we're going to actually talk about them both. So, yeah. If he was going to talk about manga, I'm glad to see him go, says Mo. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Like, I completely understand that point. Yeah, hold on. Let me just... gonna wait for Chris here, and now I've got my cat annoying me too. But hello. But yeah, I mean, I guess if Chris isn't gonna be here straight away, we might as well just fuck around for a little bit, huh? What do you guys reckon? How's everyone's day going? You guys all doing good?
Sorry, my cat just knocked the microphone out. Anyway, yeah, Chris has just disappeared. I don't know what happened to him this day. Maybe he's having some sort of internet problems or something. But I'll just jump right into the ones that, the ones that I was going to recommend at least. Now,
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah, we thought mode might have really upset you then and just like thrown you out.
Now I have to figure out why your voice sounds like it's a super thick and high pitched.
What?
I don't know, man. My internet, man. I will close out and return. Sorry for this.
No, people in the chat are saying it as damn it, Chris. Is it my microphone? I'm gonna have to check it. Hold on. I will leave too.
Well, I guess I'm live.
Do I sound better?
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm saying it.
I might have to restart my computer, guys. For real.
You sound like Foamy Squirrel.
Chris, you do the entertaining. I will be back in like a minute, however long it takes me to reset my computer.
All right, fair enough. I will have to. Well, I guess I can. Well, Dean restarts his computer. I guess I can bring up the topic that we were attempting to cover. Yeah, I don't know. Does my voice at least sound like normal, or is it the average hyena cackle voice? Or anybody in the chat want to confirm? I'm gonna say. Oh, okay, good. Whew. All right. It's not me. It's not me. Thank God, man. It was weird because like as soon as the intro music ended and Dean popped on to say hey, say hello and all that stuff, boom, the internet goes out. And it was like, really? Like I couldn't have timed that better if I was if I wasn't the one with the finger on the kill switch myself. But yeah, it seems to be gremlins in the works today. Hopefully, Foamy the Squirrel will get out of Dean's computer. I think he just hurt himself. But yeah, in the meantime, I guess I can kind of tell you why I'm on tonight with Dean and basically what we're hoping to discuss. So the idea is that Dean approached me and said, "Hey, I'd like to have a chat with you to go over some comics that you like. Some of the smaller ones. We don't need to give coverage to anything from the big two or things that have been done to death or whatever." So he asked me to draw up a quick list of comics that I thoroughly enjoyed, and surprise, surprise, they're all indie. And then I sent him the list, and he compared and contrasted and said, "Okay, it looks like there's a lot of them that we have some overlap with. So I guess we'll have some kind of dual discussions. But as far as some of the outlier ones, like I'm really looking forward to talking about them as well because, dude, there are some books out there that I don't know about you guys, but like you get like issue 1." And it's like really badass, and you're like, okay, this is gonna be cool. And then like I had the book, like it didn't meet funding. Like the book just like died on the vine, and I don't think it's gonna have a follow up or anything, which is kind of it's like a dream unfulfilled. It's it just sucks because like there's a book on the list that I mentioned. I guess I can spill the beans while we wait for Dean, but there's this one book by Spiral Comics called Feathers of Onyx, and it's basically this like how to explain this. It's like Eon Flux meets Star Wars, and like I mean pre-Disney Star Wars, and it has this protagonist who looks kind of like Storm. So she's like this hot black chick with white hair. So I'm already kind of kind of simping out for that because I'm a big fan of Storm. But like the writing on it was great. The art is amazing, and seriously, like when you like look at fight scenes in comics, whoever the artist was or the designer, I can look it up in a bit, but they know how to write violence.
Do I still sound like a squirrel?
No, you sound perfect.
Oh, good. Hello,
I thought
everyone.
that
Let's
was
try
me.
that again.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. All right. G'day, everyone. I don't know how long it was like that for, but I hope it wasn't like that the whole time. Holy shit. Welcome everybody. I am Dean James, your mate in comics from the land down under. I'm here with my guest co-host for the evening, Chris Fisk, and we're going to be talking about some comics we actually enjoy. My like semi-regular stream that I do, these days. So let's jump into it. Hi Mo. Already say hello to you. I'm sure you understand. G'day, Angelus Draven. Welcome, new face that I've never seen before. I appreciate you joining us. G'day. Do you want to play a game? Did like manga all day and night. Did you guys hear me say that? Like, did you hear what I said about manga, or was that all just squeaky nonsense the whole time? I don't know. Welcome, Dante. Good to see you, mate. G'day, Joe. Appreciate you joining us, mate.
Hey.
Always good to see Joe. We're going to be talking about Joe.
Yeah,
he sounds like Foamy the Squirrel. Okay, hold on. G'day, Johnny Ortiz. Johnny Ortiz. Did I say that correctly? I hope I did. Welcome. Appreciate you for joining us. Dean still sounds like a squirrel, just a squirrel with some nuts. Well, that's an improvement.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
I thought Dean had lost his accent for a second. Oh, okay, so I was normal until Chris got booted, and then it went all weird and foamy. All right. Well, as long as it's okay now. Yeah. But yeah, please like the video for nothing else, just for that ridiculous squeaky bullshit that we just had at the start, right? It was mostly squeaky nonsense, I'll be honest. Thank you. Appreciate your honesty. But yeah, well, I mean, now I've got to reopen all my tabs and everything, but because I had it all set up and ready to go, god damn it. But it shouldn't take too long to do all this. I'm just gonna quickly go into my folder, comics we actually enjoy, which I've prepared, a folder I prepared earlier, and I'll open that up. I'll close this weird other tab. Oh no, I lost it. I gotta go back to Twitter. Got to go back to Twitter and go onto Joe's Twitter like I did earlier. We'll grab all of that. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I'm having a good day.
Yeah, up until the squirrel part.
yeah, I swear I'm very professional on this channel. I swear to God, like we got our shit together here. All right. Okay, it's good. We've got that open. I think that's it. I might have forgot something, but I've got most of it open. Anyway, yeah, we I don't know what I've lost my like flow, like what were we doing? What were we saying?
Yeah, I was blathering on about kind of what led me to you, or led you to ask me to join you tonight or today. About the list of comics you asked me to kind of compile, and just 10 was kind of difficult.
Well, that's why I say 5 to 10, because like I don't always have 10 either. Like I'm actually running out of comic books I even like, so I'm gonna have to make. I think I maybe after today's episode I've got like another 8, and then I'll have to start looking for new ones that I hadn't thought about yet. Yeah, because like I've been doing this like every couple of weeks, so yeah. Welcome everybody. I appreciate you all coming. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, etc. And yeah, if you're become a member if you're not already a member, because we've got some awesome member stuff happening. Oh yeah. But yeah, let's like this all started, this whole stream thing about comics we actually enjoy all started because I'm super critical, let's say, when it comes to everything mainstream and stuff like that, when it comes to Marvel and DC and all that. And a few people, like it wasn't just one random person, they were all random, like I don't know who any of them were, but there was a few people in my comments saying things like, "Do you even like comic books? Like, why do you do a comic book channel if you hate all of these comics and all these movies?" And it's like, no, like I don't. I genuinely do. Like I've always loved comics since I was a little kid. You know, so I've been reading them as long as I can remember. I've had Superman and X-Men and Batman and Spider-Man. Like these characters have been part of my life for forever, as far as I know. And so we started doing this thing where it's like, all right, comics we actually do like. And then it just kind of turned into, because, you know, people really enjoyed the first couple of them. It turned into this thing now where I'm getting guest hosts on and getting you guys to, you know, talk about comics you actually like too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, man, it got depressing when every one of my hobbies was hijacked by these ideologues, and basically properties that I had been financially supporting told me they no longer wanted me as a customer.
Yeah. I know that they hate you because you're just like a average, normal white guy. And it's like, what did I ever do to anyone? I copped the same thing, man. And I was like, I'm not even American, you know? Like at the start, I was like, I'm technically an immigrant.
Yeah, I'm not even white.
Like what? But see, like this is what they like. It's just nonsense. It's honestly just nonsense. Hail, Billy, welcome. Yar me hearties, comics matey. Yeah, we had a pirate stream. Did you see my pirate movie? I actually got away with watching a movie on here. It was sick. I loved it. Nobody else did. Great movie though.
Pirates, like isn't that like the high budget porno?
No. It was a movie called Magic Island, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
I think I've seen that.
You'd be the only one. Nobody had ever even heard about it. But yeah. G'day, Eric. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, let's just jump into this. Yeah, I think you have more selections than I do again. So let's do you want to start with the one that we both had?
Hell
because
yeah.
Joe's in the chat too, yeah. So like we could like Joe, you can enjoy this for a minute because we're just gonna be talking all about you. But yeah, first up on the list, let me open it all. You start talking about why you liked this in the first place, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, so the book that in question that we're talking about is Star Circuit, and Star Circuit 2 is currently funding on Indiegogo. But for me personally, I know like there's the whole celebration of style over substance in our current like culture and everything, and this book oozes style, but there's substance here. Like, so our main hero is this spoiled piece of shit Atlas Metric, but he's a lovable bastard. Like, you know, he's got parents issues, like his mom. You know, like the whole.
He just wants to rebel.
Yeah, and I love it because you actually get an actually like fleshed out character here. And one of the coolest sequences happens when he basically trashes his bike. And like, you know, I've known, so there's only two types of motorcyclists in this world, good ones and dead ones. And I'm too much of a wuss to figure out which one I am. So I've known people who
a motorbike.
Yeah, dude, I knew a guy who turned a high tension wire, or I should say he turned into a gore pinata from a high tension wire because and another friend of a friend got his head sucked up into a wheel well, and it took him a while to expire. So it's horrifying for me to see like horrific motorcycle accidents. But in Star Circuit, there is a scene where this guy gets rocked. Like he goes flying, like high sides, flies all over the place, fleeing from the cops. And then all of a sudden it goes into like the Matrix / like Jarvis. And you hear all like, because he's rich, you know, he's got all the state-of-the-art medical diagnostics and technology. He basically has a hospital inside of his body through nanomachines.
Yeah, we should probably mention that this is like a science fiction, you know, like a cyberpunk dystopia. Like, you know, they're super advanced, so it's not just like him has it. Like he's a human racing against robots on his bike, you know. So, like it's crazy. But yeah, I've actually, because I backed this was one of the first things that I ever bought when I showed up to the indie comic scene. And I have like the poster and everything. The poster's right on my wall, like right next to my head when I sleep. It's great.
Nice.
But bloody, I love Joe's artwork, especially. Like that was what originally got me to, you know, even give it a go. Because yeah, if anybody here knows me, comic books, it's all about the art. Like a good story is like, you know, you don't know how good the story is before you actually read the book. So you've got to have good art. Like we're the what have I said before? I can't remember how I said it. I said it so poetically the first time, but I'm just going to butcher it right now. It was like the artwork is the delicious picture of the burger on the menu, and the writing is like the sauce that makes you order it again for a second time.
Yeah,
That's not exactly what I said, but that's more or less what I said.
well, that's a perfect description, because for me, the art may be enticing, but if I buy the first book and the story is garbage, and I'm sorry, there are a few of them where the art is absolutely
It has
amazing,
happened.
but
Yeah.
I won't back the second one. I'm back in Star Circuit 2.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that makes you come back for more is the story. You know, like when all
Yep.
these books that we're talking about, I tend like most of the books I pick will have great artwork in them. But when the reason I'm recommending them is because the story is actually really good. Like it's actually everything on my list has a good story, and 90% of the things on my list have good artwork. But it's like the artwork is what gets me in the door, but the story is the thing that we all talk about. Like everyone looks back and, we don't talk about the more famous ones the whole point of this is to give people recommendations they might not have heard of. That's why we don't bring up like Watchmen and shit like that. But like when you talk about those books, you talk about how good the story was, and no one even mentions the artwork. It's a given that the artwork is going to be good. Yeah. Joe says he swears he didn't know. Like he promises that he didn't know this was going to happen. G'day, Ed. Welcome. Good to see you, mate. But yeah, I have Star Circuit and I love it. Like it's one of the first books that I ever backed on a crowdfunder thing. And I'm a very happy customer. I actually did back Star Circuit 2 just the other day. I got Joe Catapano's cover.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I bought that on day one for whatever bonus. I can't even remember. I just remember him mentioning that there's a bonus and I was like, yes. Like I'll grab it on day one.
Yeah.
G'day, Akuma. Welcome.
Hey.
Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. It just when you have that peanut butter chocolate union of good story and good art, it's like you want to stick around in the world longer. It's like after the book's done, you reread it.
Like he's got this great. It's like a cross between like graffiti and anime. Like his artwork it's a very strong style. I love Joe Catapano's stuff. And like that was half the reason I came back right there. Like, look at how good this and his colors and everything. I know he's not coloring the second one, but he's got someone that is able to replicate his coloring style, so it's still going to look the same with all the bright neons and the purpley, purple lighting and shit. But look at how good that shit looks. And like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like he does that on every page. So many panels on every page. It's incredible. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's dense. Yeah, exactly. But Joe Catapano, writer and artist and creator of Star Circuit. Good stuff. It's very good stuff.
Yeah, too right.
Definitely highly recommend this one. And this was a recommend from both of us, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. This is one of the. I think we have a couple of them that coincide, but yeah, that's funny. That was the top of my list. So.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna have to pick something else." But it's all right. This is filling my ego nicely. Starts making video clips. Says Joe.
Damn it.
On some other stream, Dean brought you up as an example of a normal guy. Yeah, no, not just a normal guy, a normal gay dude. He's like a gay guy that wasn't just an absolute like psychopath.
Caricature.
Yeah. I'm like, he's just a dude, and he just happens to suck dick. Like G'day, Vinny. Welcome. Good to see you. But yeah, we're talking about comic books we actually enjoy. So let's all right. Well, seeing as that was from both of us, do you want to go first? Because I'm pretty sure you have more recommendations than I do. And Joe says Star Circuit 2 is going to blow minds. I have no doubt in my mind it's going to blow minds. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, hashtag normal gays TM. G'day, Jay. You are not a girl, Akuma. Stop gaslighting me. I know you're not a girl. He's fucking with us. He's not. He's been saying that for like 2 weeks now, and it's not true. I know he's not. Don't listen to anything he says. But yeah. So what's your first recommendation for the day? And I'll pull it up as you say it.
So I guess I can go in
you can go whatever order you want, man. Whatever.
Oh, okay. So the next one was Terror in the Trenches. That was von Klaus's book. Yeah, it's the public domain hero of Black Terror, and yeah, the art style on this is what did they say? Who was the lead art designer for like Batman the animated series?
Bruce
Or
Timm.
yeah, it's like Bruce Timm on steroids. That was like an accolade I heard, and yeah, that's very like very
Very
spot
apt.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. uh, the story, it's got Black Terror basically who has survived World War II and all this stuff, but what Vaughn did with this character was he brought it out of the old golden age Americana, like the jingoism, the grittiness, or I should say the false grittiness, because if you look back on things like Johnny Quest or whatever, it's like, oh, that's gritty, but then you realize it's kind
Super
of
goofy.
tame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a bit of camp to it, but no, like he brings this into kind of a modern spin where he's now kind of facing more than just like Nazis. So it's no longer
Well, I've never even read this one, so you're gonna have to tell us all about it. I have no input on this.
Yeah, so Vaughn added his own flavors to the Black Terror. He was originally like a like the trench, it's called Terror in the Trenches because he's the trenches of
Right.
World War. But like he kind of comes into his own as an aging, like he's already he's past his peak, and he's kind of trying to go back to a normal life essentially, and he's
Right.
kind of thrust back into this war, into kind of what he's good at essentially, when I think he was in like a cleaner or a tailor or a laundromat or something, and he's talking to his buddy at the counter, and this chick comes in who's all dressed up like a streaker. She's got the trench coat on,
Right.
and she just opens it up completely naked underneath, but she's like a supervillain mutant who just turns into a human nuke and just blows up, takes out the whole damn city, kills everybody. But because Black Terror is pretty, he's got his own concoctions that keep him alive and all this stuff, he basically endures it. He tries to be a human shield for the guy that gets behind the counter, but obviously that doesn't succeed. So that kind of triggers him to like go, oh great, oh shit, here we go again. And
so this is your recommendation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It drags him back into the violence that he kind of tried to put behind him, and it goes on a very video game-esque kind of warpath where you basically, he goes and tries to hunt down what's going on, like where, like there's like this new organization. It's kind of like a rated R GI Joe at this point,
right?
And he's hunting for Cobra Commander, and he kind of like he meets up with one of his old colleagues, this sniper chick, and then he realizes like they're kind of in over their head. They thought they were going after Yahtzees or whatever, and it turns out that it's actually like something much worse. And the book concludes with him getting rocked by people that kind of know his tricks, because Vaughn put a spin on it, and the spin is he's got those like little vials there, and he kind of huffs it and gets high. And that makes him kind of the guy, but it also is like a terror gas that kind of does like the scarecrow. Yeah. And it's a really cool visual gimmick, because it clearly communicates what's going on, because there is a lot of action in this book.
Well, I mean, based in the middle of World War II, I think. Yeah, you said World War II.
Yeah. So there are flashbacks to that, but this is more of a modern, like Yeah, he's like, he was in World War II, he was in the trenches, or World War I. Like he was in one of the world wars. I'm sorry, Vaughn, if I forgot which one, but he's that old of a character that he's in public domain because of those wars. And now that those wars are behind him, he's trying to like return to civilian life. And if you've ever known any vets that have come back from war,
they just kind of
yeah.
Yeah, so, no, that's really cool, man. That's really cool.
Hell yeah.
I've never actually, because like the only thing from Vaughn that I ever read, Vaughn, they're two different creators. But the only thing I've ever read from his was what's it called?
Monster MD.
Monster MD. I was like the Doctor something. It's like, yeah, Monster MD. And like I really, really enjoyed that. That was actually one of my better books that I've read. I should probably recommend that on one of these streams coming up. But you know, like I don't know, no reason. I just never read any of his other stuff. So that's cool. And like I should probably give it a look. I should probably give that one a go. Because I love the artwork in that. It's I can't remember her name. I know she's a chick though. The artist that he works with, I just can't remember her name, but she's great. Like consistently really good.
Hell yeah. Do you want to trade off? You do one, I do one, or?
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's
Sweet,
what we
sweet.
do on this show. Admiral Wackass says, "Finish him, Chris, in a gay way."
Is that gay, Mysterio?
Yeah, is that gay? All right, let's move on to my first recommendation. Hold on, no, beforehand, let's actually have a look because we skipped over it when we were talking about Star Circuit. I've got this tab open for a reason. Star Circuit 2 is actually out right now. So like, let's have a quick look at this trailer and everything. And then, you know, like just everybody, if there's anyone in with a wrench in the chat, drop Star Circuit 2's link. But yeah, let's have a look.
Welcome to Colony A.2.1. Here, a vast network connects the minds of each member of the populace, delivering endless entertainment. Augmentally custom-made for each individual member free of charge. It's the cornerstone of modern life, a perfect system. That was until a street racer named Atlas Metric caused a glitch in this flawless system. It went undetected by the system admins, but now has the attention of a nefarious power who will do whatever it takes to retrieve the cause of the glitch. Atlas, now relentless android assassins have been dispatched to capture him. In order to escape this threat, he will need to overcome the impossible, with the glitch in tow. But hey, impossible is just something losers say when they've given up, right?
Sick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sick. Yeah, hell yeah. Go check out Star Circuit 2 if you haven't already, you know, and get number 1 while you're at it, because there's probably a new cover on number 1. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but definitely check it out. Good stuff. Yeah, all right. So what should I do for my first recommendation? Let's have a look at what I've got, because I'm going to go back out in the folder. I've got a whole Dean's folder right here with all things for me, you know, that I'm recommending. Let's have a look. All right, yeah, we'll go with this one. This is something that I don't know if anyone's even heard of this one. This is a really good book. I only read this recently too. Like I read it when it first came out, and then I read it again just like a few weeks back, and it's really good. It's good stuff. So let's have a look. Here it is. It's We Have Demons. Have you heard of We Have Demons?
No, but look at that cover. Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's sick, man. The whole thing, right? Written by Scott Snyder, who is one of my favorite writers of all time. You know, he wrote The Court of Owls and things like that when at DC. And it's drawn by Greg Capullo, you know, who is fan favorite Spawn artist and everything like that. You know, Greg Capullo, the absolute living legend. But yeah, this was originally a digital only like Comixology exclusive. You know, but has since been released in floppy issues, and this is the cover for the collected trade paperback. It's only 3 issues long, but damn, it's really good. It's about like this chick and her father and like all of his friends and everything were demon hunters, and he was also a priest. You know, he's a religious leader, and she's just, you know, average teenager. You know, she doesn't care about any of this. She doesn't have any real faith or anything like that. And then he dies. And she, you know, she doesn't know how he dies or anything, but he was murdered by these demons. And then she gets recruited by all of his old mates and his friends and things like that. I'm trying not to spoil too much, you know, but like his mates are demon hunters. I'm sure I got a picture of them here somewhere. You know, there they are in their white suits, and one of them is actually a demon as well. Like, you know, you can see that. Like, it's not a very good picture, but one of them is a demon as well. And basically, that's the main chick there. Her name's Lamb. Yeah. LAM they call her. But yeah, they basically they just go and hunt some demons, and there's like a bit of lore behind it as well. You know, it's like, you know, there's there's like their weapons are made out of special metals, and the demons come from something else like horrible. You know, there's a bit of you know lore in it, but it's all explained in the first couple of issues. And
cool.
yeah, the artwork is beautiful throughout. It's drawn by Greg Capullo, so you know you expect nothing less. And it's awesome. It is straight up awesome, and highly recommend this book. It's super cheap. You can get it on like eBay and things like that for $20 at most. You know, like it didn't cost me very much, and that's even in Australian dollars. It was only like $25, so it's probably $15-20 for you guys to get it sent to you. And you can just get the whole collection from eBay or Amazon.
Oh,
Or
wow.
if you have Amazon Prime, it's literally just free on Kindle. You can just like digital copy for free. But
You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
yeah, it is sick. It is honestly really good. I don't want to spoil anything because, as I said, it's not a very long story, you know. So if I spoil it, I'm just spoiling the whole third issue essentially. But yeah, demons and people with magic weapons essentially that fight these demons, and it's awesome. It's a great read. It's a short read. You can read the whole thing in like one day. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Like I read it all just one night before I went to bed a few weeks back, and it is awesome. It's fantastic. Greg Capullo is, he's bringing his A game to this one. It's really good. It's fantastic. It's great stuff.
Wow.
And Scott Snyder, fantastic writer. So definitely worth the read.
Sweet.
Yeah, if you don't mind, actually, that comes with a caveat. If you don't mind a bunch of swearing and everything, because the demons, being demons, swear just constantly off their head. Like they say some of the most grotesque, messed up shit ever. Yeah, but if you
whoa,
care about swearing,
look, I can take the ultra violence, but come on, watch your language.
Yeah, no, but me, I'm Australian, right? So I swear my head off constantly. But honestly, like even I was like, holy shit, like what the fuck? Like
that should be a bullet point on the back of the book. It should say "make an language to make an Aussie blush."
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like Evil Dead. Yeah, exactly. Like Evil Dead cussing. Exactly right, Akuma. G'day, Luniverse. Welcome. Good to see you, mate.
Hey,
but yeah, they try to get inside people's heads. It's some dark shit. They say some truly messed up shit. Honestly, it's good. It's a really good book. Really good book. Like actually, one of the intros. I think it's issue 2. One of the intros, because they do like this intro thing, and then it's like this is what's about to happen. And then you read the story and like you see how you get to this point. One of the intros read by the demon, like the good demon, and about halfway through it, he just starts blurting out swear words and all screaming his head off and talking about how he's gonna, mess up your insides and shit. And then he's like, sorry about that. Like, sorry. Like, oh god, like what the hell? It is really good, yeah. And see, Vinny is in the chat. He recommends it too. Yeah, it is. Nice. It is damn good. It's a really good book. Oh, Joe gave us a super chat. Thanks for showing off Star Circuit too. Thank you for making Star Circuit, Joe. I appreciate you. It's some good stuff. And yeah, that actually reminds me, because I haven't mentioned. I usually mention it multiple times. Become a member, because we're doing a massive membership giveaway soon. And I've already announced there's a bunch of things in it. It's going to be a big box full of comic books and Australian stuff and some original artwork by me, etc., etc. It's going to be worth it, So if you're not already, consider becoming a member so you can be put into the draw to win, which will be at the end of this month probably. Like it's a few weeks away, but because I'm building up everything, it's going to be sick. It's going to include. I've already announced, because I've been announcing it bit by bit, and I'll probably announce another piece that's going in there at the end of this stream or maybe tomorrow's stream. But there's going to be Batman First Night issue 1. There's going to be Groken issue 1, which we just spoke about a minute ago. They're going to do. There was something else that I've already put in there. I can't remember because I'm trying to not spoil anything. What else did I say that was going to be in there? Company Men, the collector's edition, because I have multiple copies of that.
Ooh.
A bunch of things that are going in this box that definitely worth it. So consider becoming a member if you're not already. Plus, you get to use all the cool emojis like me laughing and Kimasabi and become pizza sharks. But yeah, thanks for that, Joe. I appreciate you, mate. $5 super chat, legend. But yeah, we have Demons. Go check it out. It's awesome. Highly recommend. And as I said, if you have Amazon Prime, you can just read it for free. Like later, you go on Amazon Prime, you look it up, and then pick the Kindle version, and it's free. It'll just go to your thing. I had to download Kindle onto my tablet. That was all I had to do. It was good stuff.
That's awesome. The price,
Yeah,
the price is definitely right.
Yes, exactly. So
Wow.
what's your next choice? My first choice is We Have Demons. And yeah, crazy Mo's saying Company Men was so good. It really is.
Hell
And
yeah.
like if I didn't have multiple copies, like if I only had one copy of it, I would not be giving it away. You know, like I like it. So, you know, you guys are just lucky that I bought so many of them back because me and Kimasabi are bros, you know, so I bought multiple
Hell yeah.
copies of it. And
Yeah.
it's a hardcover collector's edition you'll be getting.
That's awesome. Oh, wait,
Don't you want the sweet box? Exactly, Wackass, exactly. And yes, it was written by Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder is one of my favorite writers. So yeah,
Nice.
great art
Yes.
and great story in that book.
And he mastered Australian poetry.
He really did. Yeah, holy shit.
So
what's your next recommendation?
So my next recommendation is actually an entire series instead of just one book because they come in floppies.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's from Alterna Comics. It's called King Cryptid. It's by Pete Samedi. And as a Granite State native, the entire series takes place in New Hampshire and parts of New England. So it's
this is
all
another book I've read. So
yeah, all of the references in this book, like all the geographic ones, I'm like, I know where that is. Well, I drive by that every day.
Cool.
Yeah, I really love the art design. I love the fact that he's actually grabbing from real cryptid lore. You know, the first issue has basically like the Mothman. They call him Behemoth. And
that's cool.
Yeah. I did a read through this with Immortal Rising Comic on his channel. And I was doing all of the New Hampshire accents just to make it more authentic.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh God, that accent is grating. But yeah, the story is really good. So it centers around King Cryptid, who is this. We're not quite sure. He's this mysterious figure who's obviously a cryptid, but he's got all these special powers, and he resides in the heart of New Hampshire in this special like mountain cave that regenerates him. That if he doesn't go into every was it by daybreak, so he's out and about at night. That's why all the covers show moons and stuff. But
Right.
During the day, he has to rest in this like almost like a Lazarus pit, where if he doesn't reach it, he'll go feral and nuts, and he'll start killing and you know indiscriminately. And you find out throughout the series that he's actually was once a person, and he was bestowed these like supernatural powers by these aliens, like these, and they're not like your normal aliens. These things have arrived at Earth like before like Pangea, essentially. So they're extraterrestrial, but they've been here longer than humans.
Well, I've literally only ever seen this on Twitter, you know, like people posting pictures of it, people doing fan art and things like that, but I have no idea what the story is about.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Christian Rossi is somehow related to this book.
Yeah, he's the artist.
All right, cool. Yeah, he's a low-key goat. Also, all the covers show moons in your face, Bancroft. Yeah, Mo knows. That's a deep cut, Mo. Wow.
Yeah, he so he kind of is like a warden of the forest. He'll take care of it. Like he has the ability to heal things. He can communicate telepathically with animals. He's got like animal empathy. He can look through the eyes of animals. Like his power creep keeps getting more and more revealed. But you discover each of them kind of have their own cost. Like as the moon becomes full, he's more powerful. But when the moon is waning, so it's completely out of the sky, he's like helpless. And it's a lot of it has to do with the moonstone that's in that crown on his head, which is actually part of his head. He's not wearing something on his head.
Right.
Yeah,
Crazy Mad's here. What the fuck do you want, Crazy Mad? He says, "Dear fucking God." You missed it, Crazy Mad. I already did my first recommendation, which I honestly think you would like, man. It was sick.
Yeah.
You have to go back and watch the whole replay.
Too wrong.
The moon is a powerful ally, says Wackass.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool, man. I've never read this or anything. You know, I don't think I've ever got anything from Pete. Like, I like Pete. Don't get me wrong. I've spoken to him a few times behind the scenes, but I don't think I actually own any of the Alterna comics. I might have to buy one of those big boxes full of them. Yeah.
Yeah. The price on these things, it's like the guy's definitely been working some magic with some printing deals. because all of his books are the old school floppy, but they're at like 1980s prices. Like these are the like when I was a kid, you know, these are the things I'd see on the spinner rack at like the convenience shop or whatever, and I'd be like, okay, throw, you know, you'd be at the till and you'd be like, okay, throw it on there with whatever I'm purchasing because it's like $1, $2, okay. Yeah, you can get the entire series for really cheap, and I hate using that term cheap. So cost effective.
Yeah. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Yeah. Dean's recommendation was something called We Was Demons. Yeah. We Was Demons and shit. But hold on. What do I have to... I had to read something and I nearly forgot, so I'm scrolling back up before I lose it in the chat. Where is it? He's like, read this in your accent. Something about Monica.
Oh, yeah. I forgot her name.
It's gone. It's gone. I've lost it. Sorry, Mo. Can't find it anymore. Sorry, mate. It's long gone now. But yeah, just type it again if it's really that important. But I appreciate you guys all showing up. Remember to like, subscribe, do the whole thing. Yeah. Moon is the ally to ghosts, werewolves, vampires, etc. This is true. Yeah. And take it from our Luniverse. His name's Luniverse, so he would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an expert. But yeah, this is that's really cool. I'll check that. Like, I know this is really popular too because people draw fan art and stuff of him all the time. So I can only assume it's good. But like I've never read it, so unfortunately it's another one I'm gonna have to check out. But that's actually half the reason I do these streams. Is because I'm looking for things to read for myself. You know, I can only read my X-Men books so many times. You know, I can only read The Court of Owls so many times. But yeah, so I've been looking for all this new shit, and you know, I've actually got a few good recommendations. Like when Aldous was on a couple weeks back, he was talking about something called Seven to Eternity. Have you heard of that? I think that's what it was called. I might be forgetting, but have you heard of that at all?
Familiar. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I read it.
Let me just open. I'm going to open up my thing real quick. I'll have a look so I make sure I got the name right. I think it's Seven to Eternity, but it was awesome. It was really, really good. Let me just scroll through here real quick. Yeah, Seven to Eternity, Volume 1 and 2. It was only like 17 issues or something, right? And it was so good. It was really, really good. Like, I highly recommend it. Aldous was right to recommend it, and it's now one of my favorite books that I own. Because I tend to like download things, I pirate them and shit because you know I've been burned too many times from the mainstream.
Yeah.
And then if I like it, I actually buy it. You know?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I bought it that day. Like I read it, and then the very next day I bought it. I was like, wow, that is so good. I need to get it. And yeah, it's awesome. The artwork in it is beautiful. The story was really unique and interesting, super imaginative. It's like this weird, like science fiction Western on another planet with like a, you know, evil king and shit like that. It was really good. Really, really good. But yeah, King Cryptid. Check it out. Not King, like, you know, back to what you were talking about.
Yeah.
King Cryptid. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we got a twofer there.
Yeah. Kayla recommends Seven to Eternity too. Yeah. Everyone that's actually read it says it's great, and now I'm one of those people too. So
nice.
Are you talking about? See, Vinny's saying yes, they're doing an omnibus soon. That's sick. I'm pretty sure he's talking about what I was just talking about.
Oh damn!
Oversized art. There's an artist edition. I will buy that. I love this. I have a bunch of artist editions, but I'm you know, some people don't like. Some people want the color on their book, so I'll never recommend just the artist edition to you guys. But yeah, I love artist edition, so I will if that's a thing. But yeah, let's go into my next. Let me have a look, because I got to pick mine. I'm going back into my folder now. I've already told you about Groken. Have I spoken about Groken today? No. No, let's talk about Groken. You guys know what Groken is, right?
Roquefort.
Roquefort, exactly. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Roquefort. The man. Let me pull this up so everyone can see it. This here is cover D for Groken 1. This is actually going to be included in my giveaway. Like this actual, you know, cover D, because I have multiple copies of this as well. Just like with Company Man, I have multiple copies of Groken. So yeah, definitely check this one out. It is drawn by a living legend himself.
Yeah.
And the story's super, super interesting. Honestly, I've read 3 issues. I've read 2 issues now, and three's coming out now. And, you know, I've already backed that as well. But honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. It's like this weird steampunk science fiction, super futuristic. Like, it's weird. It's super weird on an alien planet and stuff. but the artwork is absolutely beautiful. And like, here's another cover for Groken 1. You're not getting that one. You guys are getting
yeah,
this.
you're not getting that one.
Yeah.
That is
But, you know,
beautiful.
the interior artwork is fantastic. Like, if you don't know who Kenneth Rockford is, I honestly don't know where you've been. You know, like, he is one of my all-time favorite artists, and he's an absolute living legend when it comes to comic books. So, like, you know, check this shit out. If you haven't seen this already, you know,
Wow,
you're
look
missing
at
it.
that.
You're honestly missing out. So
That's
go
a
check out
poster.
Groken. Yeah. Hey, Jason's here. G'day, Jason. Welcome. Good to see you, mate. But yeah, I don't know what else, like, what else can I say about Groken that hasn't been said before, right? You know, like, it is sick. And, you know, in case you're wondering, this character here, his name is Groken. He is the Groken, whatever that means. You know, Kenneth is being real coy about it too, so he's not telling anybody anything. But
Yeah,
it's really cool.
or...
Yeah, he's like a weird. It's like he's been built by a scientist because you actually met his quote unquote father in issue 2. You know, and it's like this dude. He's like a mad scientist, and he's kind of like Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. You know, he's half biomechanic. He's like biomechanical. You know, he's half robot, half monster, or whatever he is. Because you can see, you know, under his mask there, he's got like this green skin, and those horns actually come out of his head. They're not part of his helmet or anything like that. And he's like. You know, like that thing on his chest is his mouth. It opens up and there's like a big tongue and everything. So, you know, we're not actually sure what he looks like under there, but he's definitely not human. And honestly, even if you can't read, I would recommend this to you because the artwork is so beautiful. It looks like this on every single page. Yeah, and this is specifically Groken 1. And as I said, this will be included in the membership giveaway box set, like this actual cover here. So.
Nice.
You know, become a member so you can enter our competition and get Dean's packed box.
You say that to all the inmates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the genre of Groken is super weird. Weird doesn't even begin to cover it. There's like magic and robots and, you know, like just anything cool. He was like, fuck it, let's chuck a dinosaur in there. Why not? You know,
it's like
big
Wizard of Oz.
Stuff. Yeah.
It's like a rated R Wizard of Oz. Like,
yeah. The world is mysterious as fuck, and as long as Rocker is making it, I'm gonna be reading it, and like that's exactly how I feel. This I constantly, every single time, 1, 2, and 3 now, I've just backed the every cover thing, you know, which is how I have multiple copies of it at this point, which is why you guys are getting cover D. That's nice. I've seen Dean's box. It's an impressive box. Stuffed to the brim, boys. Stuffed to the. You ain't ever seen a box stuffed like this. I swear. Rated R Wizard of Oz. Yeah. It is something like that. It's, you know, because it's not Earth, or if it is Earth, it's been a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So check that out if you haven't already, because it's an instant classic. It's one of my favorite books I've ever read, even though I can't really tell you what the hell's going on in it. Like, I'm sitting here going, yeah, it is fantastic. Yeah, Dean's box is chock full of cocks. Exactly. I might actually call it. That might be what the giveaway is called from now on. Box chock full of cocks. And I'm even chucking in some Vegemite because I'm Australian. You know what else?
That's like that's dare food, isn't it?
Yeah, no, man. I've been through this, right? The way that you see it eaten on the internet, that is ridiculous. Even Australians are like, oh, what the fuck are they thinking? Yeah, like you grab grab bread for a sandwich. You know, like you get your bread ready for a sandwich. You put butter on it, and then you grab a little bit of Vegemite and spread it all around. You know, like more butter than Vegemite, and it'll be nice. I swear. Like I genuinely love Vegemite. It's good stuff. But not if you're going to eat a big teaspoon of it, like a big tablespoon. You know, that's honestly outrageous. But yeah, no, a $200 free cock giveaway, Admiral. I'm just filling it up until the box is full. So yeah,
that's a big box.
It is a big box, man. It's a big Australia Post box. I don't know the measurements, so I can't tell you. But yeah, no sausages, unfortunately.
I didn't know they had a Hickory Farms in Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
Beef stick.
Yeah, so check out Groken if you haven't already, and consider becoming a member for the giveaway, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. So you still got time, you know, you don't need to do it right now, although I would appreciate it if you did. It'd make me feel better. But yeah, massive giveaway with lots of things in it. Groken is awesome, etc., etc. What's your next thing that you're giving away?
So my going down this list, the next one is Nerium Nova's Bonds series. So Bonds the
Ooh.
Drive and Bonds the Cursed Child.
Right. Yeah.
Here's a weird thing. So like my take on it may not necessarily be everybody else's take, but Nerium didn't seem to be too upset when I said that's what I thought it felt like. So she's got this like it feels very like anime, like it feels like a very, and I know Mo's in there like fuming right now, but it's
We
like
warned you about manga.
Omae wa mo shindaru. No, so
Oh my god, what?
You already did. But anyways, the the story focuses on these like it's like an alternate Earth or whatever, but there's these like clans of werewolves, okay? But the way that it's set up is it feels very mafioso. Like it feels like almost like Sons of Anarchy, like gangs. So you have these like different clans of werewolves. They have their different kind of like clan traits or whatever. But like the werewolves in this world, like your typical like, you know, I'm always the werewolf. Like everybody kind of has like a dual personality in this world. They have the wolf soul that exists in them, and they have the human soul. And there are cases where the wolf soul
Are they werewolves? Like,
yes.
what is it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's a werewolf in this story, or at least in this particular section. Like we haven't gotten into the human stuff, if that even is there. But the idea is that you have this like peninsula where there's various kind of like clan territories where there are these wolves, and our main character here, she is basically wants to be the mob don for her clan. She wants to be the leader, the alpha. And that's having a chick alpha is kind of virtually unheard of. And she, like, her parents died. She's being raised, you know, by the colony or whatever, the clan. And it's just her and her little brother. And there's all these politics and stuff. And she's making like an already tense situation worse, where there's all these other kind of political intrigues going on. And she's like, but I want to be the leader of this clan, you know? And they're like, dude, you're a little girl, you know, go die in a fire, like leave us alone. And she ends up
girls can't be leaders. What?
Yeah, well, it's not only is it girls can't be leaders, but you find out later that there's this one chick that did become a leader, and it turns out that she was like messed up, like psycho, and her werewolf and her didn't really get along all that well. Like that, you know how they have that like dual personality, there's like another soul that resides in them, and so
like
they
the way the Hulk hates Bruce Banner.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like you hear the Hulk voice in the back of his mind, you know?
Yeah.
And this past example of the female kind of mob don or alpha like went nuts and just like was evil as like just started killing people and stuff. And the entire clan turned on her, ripped her to shreds. So she learns this from one of the older like guys that's kind of like watching over her. And you know, he's like, you know, this is kind of a cautionary thing. Like you probably shouldn't be pushing this hard to be leader. And basically when you get into the next book, you learn kind of how clans like how the politics of like, you know, sometimes somebody's got to get wet. Like then they like basically start like killing people and then blaming it on other people, and then like there's all this like political intrigue, and she's now caught up in the middle of it because they're like, oh, you want to be a leader, right? Well, now here's your chance. And it kind of puts like a whole world just changes. It goes from this like slightly happy girl that's in this weird like mafia / werewolf kind of clan thing to suddenly being thrust into the politics. And it kind of goes from like an innocent story into a, oh my god, like it's kill or be killed. Like there's more to this world than what I initially thought. So it's kind of a cool, like I like that in the story, in that it's not like your typical like girl boss, girl power thing. It's more of a, yeah, you were a dumb kid and you got what you wished for, and now you got to make the best of it.
Yeah, you're in over your head, kid.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Vinny's in the chat saying he's got some art in Bonds.
Oh hell yeah.
Angelus Draven is saying that I have these both and got myself turned into a werewolf with original art. That's sick.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
so you got some Nerium's work out of this one.
Yeah. There is no mafia. Vinny. Capiche? Bada bing, bada boom.
Crazy Man says the clan. You keep saying clan a little bit soft, yeah. Jason isn't going to like that. Bitches be crazy. These are all facts. These are all true facts, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is good.
I
This
got
is good stuff.
I got a poster of Bonds actually, like an original art piece hanging up on my wall right next to me. It's like, it looks like.
Well, this is
24 by
another
3.
one I haven't read, so I don't know what it's like on the interiors. But Nerium is, super friendly. I've spoken to her a few times.
Hell yeah, yeah, great artist too.
Yeah. Like I had to get these off of the Indiegogo page, so they're like long. We have to like, but there you go.
Yep.
what the
Yeah, it's a
interiors
black
look
and white book.
Oh no! Why are they on 4 legs like actual wolves? I prefer
Yeah,
my
'cause-
werewolf to be standing up.
Yeah,
Like
so there's
lions.
it's weird because there's a total human form and a total wolf form, and there's no like what we would consider, like the Hollywood werewolves where they're
Yeah.
upright, and yeah, it's like one. It's almost like a spirit animal more than like your werewolf story.
Hmm.
It's kind of an
Interesting.
interesting spin. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes it unique. But yeah, no, I was hoping they would be standing up, and they're talking. Can they talk? Is it clear
Yeah.
whether or not they're actually talking, or like it's if we walked past, we just hear dogs growling at each other?
You just hear like dogs growling at each
Okay.
other. But the
Okay.
people, so the wolves can understand each other, and
Yeah.
the wolf and the human, or in the inside the human's head, can understand each other, but the wolf talking to another human couldn't, if that makes any sense.
Right. Yeah. Well, that is some great artwork. Honestly, I really like this page. This is sick.
Sweet.
But yeah, no, that is some really good artwork. So definitely check that out. It has Chris's recommend.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, like maybe you're like me and you just barely read anything. Like I'm extremely, I admit it that like my reasons are dumb half the time. Like I'm extremely picky, and if it's even just like one thing, I'll be like, nah, I'm not gonna buy that. And everyone's like, why not? Everything else looks great, and I'm like, I'm broke. Like, yeah, even I admit that my reasons are fucking stupid.
You've done my people proud.
Yeah, exactly. Let's chuck on this one. This is actually, I don't know. I think I want to know what people think of this. Yeah, because this one was this was something that I read the first time I read it. I didn't really like it, but maybe I was just pissed off at everything at the time. You'll see in a second. Yeah, New 52. Do you remember the New 52 for DC?
Oh God,
a lot of people really didn't like that, right? And like, I mean, the costumes were kind of dumb. Jim Lee should be an artist and not a designer. But Superman Unchained. Have you read Superman Unchained? I recently reread this, and it was super sick. Like, it was actually awesome. So, I mean, I'm sure it's cheap just because it's New 52 stuff, and everybody hates it. So you can probably find the whole thing collected really well. But New 52's Superman Unchained was drawn by Jim Lee and written by Scott Snyder. So I guess I'm having a Scott Snyder stream today.
Yeah. So
But
winning combo.
it is some good stuff, and there's this new character here. Like this guy, his name's Wraith. Stands for, something ace in the hole. Some politician. It's like somebody's name. And it's like his ace in the hole is this character, and it's Wraith. And he's more powerful than Superman. Whoop, wrong way. He's more powerful than Superman. He has similar biology. He absorbs sunlight and gets really powerful and really strong. But he's been here since like the 30s or something. Whereas like Superman being so young obviously hasn't. And this guy has secretly manipulated the world for the American government through all the different wars and everything like that all throughout history. And but at the same time, he's not a villain. Like despite them fighting each other, as you can see here, he respects Superman and he's a fan of Superman, but he has a duty as a government soldier and things like that, so they clash a few times, and by the end of it, he I don't want to spoil anything, but like by the end of it, he's a good guy. He does the right thing and helps Superman at the very end. And in the story as well, of course, because Superman, there's this nice little, I mean, not a twist, but like it's definitely like a turn, a pivot in the plot that you're not going to expect that involves Lex Luthor and everything else. And a genuinely good Superman story drawn by Jim Lee. So, you can't go wrong. And yeah, like I read this just the other day, and it is sick. It is truly sick. Some really cool stuff.
It's got a good combo.
It's super cheap. Like, this is super cheap. You can buy the floppies or the collected trade paperback for like, I don't know, $10. Like, literally, it's super cheap. But yeah, go check it out. Highly recommend this. It's another classic. You know, if you think Superman's boring, give this one a go, because this is like it has a lot of, you know, it's not really like, you know, the way Superman is just overpowering everyone and like people say he's boring because nothing ever happens to him and stuff. This is like a lot of things happen to him. It's very much about the political intrigue between the American government and Superman and how they, you know, work together or don't work together. And, you know, it's Lois Lane's dad and like a great interaction, like a great back and forth between Lois and her dad, you know, General Lane. Because, you know, he's got secrets on secrets. You know, there's a lot of really cool shit in here. And I can't remember. It's only like 5 or 6 issues or something. It's not very long, but it is super interesting. It's super cool. And the ending of it is just, it's comic book perfection. It's the kind of thing that you read comic books for, is the entire ending. Just like, you know, they have to go to the sun and there's aliens and shit. Like it's so good just by the end of it. It's really good.
We got to cinch the landing.
Yeah, trying not to spoil anything though, so I'm not going to go into too much details about it. But definitely check out Superman Unchained. It is fantastic, and it's, you know, all-star writer, all-star artist. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Sweet.
Definitely highly recommend this book.
Yeah.
Lois and Clark book by Lee Weeks was really good. Yeah, the Clark one, is that the one when they were on the farm and they were married and stuff? That was the best thing in New 52 at the time. Like, that was really good. And I think that actually was the top selling Superman book at the time, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, that was good stuff. And that was the introduction of, like, you know, his son and everything like that when he had like little kid and they were on the farm living there, like just trying to be a good couple. And Superman was, you know, he can't help himself. Because it was the Superman from the old universe, right? And he came to the New 52 universe and he couldn't help himself and he was trying to save people in secret. So he was doing everything as fast as he could so that, you know, at best we would see a blur. You know, like that was all we got to see. But yeah, it was really good. And yeah, it was before that Marvel writer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The dark
before
times.
Tom Taylor and all that got involved with this. And Little John was actually super likable. So yeah, check out that one too. Lois and Clark. I should have recommended Lois and Clark. That was a good book. But yeah, check out Superman Unchained, because it is probably the best action-based Superman comic that came out during the entire New 52. It's honestly sick, and it's drawn by Jim Lee, so you can't go wrong.
Hell yeah.
Comic recommendations for days.
Yeah.
Bendis is cooming. Oh god, I actually recommended a Bendis book the other day, and I don't know why I did that. Like, that book is genuinely good, but Bendis is just the worst.
Damn.
Yeah. Awesome One. G'day, Awesome One. He says, Fisk, yo.
Yeah, how's it going?
Welcome, Awesome One. Yeah. So what's your next recommendation?
All right. So I had to swap one out. What's up?
We've gone through a bunch of good ones.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I kind of like my mainstream comic pull list is very small compared to my indie ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I feel fortunate because I feel like I've been finding the diamonds in the coal mine. You know, not saying that, you know, they're all winners, but like the ones that I do find I really like, so it's kind of a win for that.
Right. Yeah.
So the next one I kind of had to do a swap out because, you know, you already covered the book on your channel, and dude, like, I've covered this book multiple times now. It's like there's only so much ego I can inflate in one writer/artist. So
well, yeah, we can mention that one anyway. The one that he had to replace was the Lucent, because that was actually brought up on one of the previous comics we actually enjoy streams. So, you know, go watch the replays if you want. But yeah.
Yeah,
we can only fillet Bancroft for so long.
Yeah. So yeah, what is it? It's hard to have a gay time all alone.
Right, yeah. No, Luniverse, when people recommend Ultimate Spider-Man, I think they're talking about the new Ultimate Spider-Man that's written by Jonathan Hickman. And I recommend that. That's a good book. Have you seen that? It's running right now. It's brand new. It's like the only good thing coming out of Marvel.
Wow. Yeah, I remember hearing something about it. I I don't know, dude. Like, I know they're really pushing for the Miles Morales stuff too, and it's like,
Nope. I have no interest in Miles. Miles is just another Spider-Man like Miguel O'Hara or Ben Riley or something. It's like he'll never be the main Spider-Man no matter how hard they try.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're racist. You just don't like Miles. And it's like, no, I don't hate him. He's fine. But he's not Peter. Like,
well, that's I mean, we like they bring up the racing and everything, but I think it's more of like I can't remember who was mentioning it, but they're saying that it actually was financially driven why they decided to make Miles Spider-Man. It was so they didn't have to pay royalties.
And I mean, I would believe that, but then they're still going to have to pay royalties to Bendis because he created him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
in that video game, oof.
you can't. Oh man, don't even get me started on the games. But like, you can't deny that there are people who just don't care. Like, they don't care enough. They're fans of Spider-Man in like a passing sense. They're like, yeah, I like Spider-Man. Who doesn't like Spider-Man? And they'll watch the movies or they'll play the video game that actually stars Peter Parker Spider-Man. But you can see it in the sales for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Less than half the people that played Spider-Man on PS4 played Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS4.
Yeah.
And it's like, they can try and spin it any way they want, but there's people that aren't even listening. They just go, oh, it's either Spider-Man or it isn't. And Peter Parker is Spider-Man. There's no denying
exactly. That. It's a mantle. God, I hate that.
Yeah, no, it's some heroes are mantles, but most aren't. Thor is definitely not a mantle. Like, you can't just pick up Thor's hammer and become Thor. That's ridiculous. And Spider-Man, like, you can have as many Spider-Men or Spider-People as you want, but the Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and there's no amount of retconning, no amount of changing anything, no amount of new stories. You could remove Peter Parker forever, and it would be just like when The Flash, you have Barry Allen and Wally West. They'll always go back to the originals. It's like Wally West is Kid Flash, and Barry is, the Flash. But there are an entire generation of people that grew up with Wally West as their Flash. I'm one of them. But like, even I know that Barry Allen was the Flash.
I for me personally, I despise the concept of the mantle because it kind of cheapens the character.
Yeah,
they all become pink washed or black washed anyways, and it makes it very jarring when you're like, why is Wolverine a chick now? Like what? Oh, that's X23.
I like X23. She was way cooler just as X23 when she was just Laura. Like, then they put her in this weird, like, she looks weird in a Wolverine costume. A Wolverine costume is for a dude. Like, it's a male designed costume. It looks terrible on a chick. I don't know why they would do that. And they just keep making her, like, they keep Wolverine. I remember there's like all new Wolverine, and like the current series Wolverine, and it's all just Laura. I'm like, where's Logan? Like, what is this?
Oh, and then the whole thing, like, it's Logan. Just leave it as a mystery. It's Logan. The whole Jimmy Howlett,
Logan Howlett, yeah,
like, no, like, it's kind of like midichlorians for Wolverine. Like, you just demystified the character and ruined it.
We didn't need that. Yeah, we didn't need to know that. Yeah. Miles is Spider-Man, says Awesome One. Spider they them. There is a Spider they them, and they even put her in the. They put her in the one in Crutches is so funny. Did you see that she was too? She was too. She was in the Miles Morales like Spider-Verse movie.
Oh god.
For real. And she's like in her wheelchair, and then her wheelchair like pops out some little like robot legs and it starts running on the roof. It's only for like a split second, but like it's that one. It is her. There was no way they were ever going to animate her swinging around with her legs like flapping in the wind. There was no way they would ever do that.
It's like Peter, what is it, Family Guy? Like Joe Swanson, like
yeah, it's exactly like that. Logan is an old man now. Yeah, they brought old man Logan into the main Marvel universe and just like never sent him back. So that's who Wolverine is. I don't honestly. Yeah. She jizzes web out of her crutches. Honestly, I don't care how like good an artist you get. The premise behind a crippled Spider-Man is so silly that in motion it will never work. It will never, ever, ever work. And I can't get the picture of her legs just like, like flapping and clapping behind her as she swings. Like, that's what it would look like. And I just can't get it out of my head. It's never going to work.
All atrophied.
Yeah, no. Like, just stop it. Like, it's silly. It's silly.
Did you ever see In Living Color, the sketch comedy show in America?
In Living Color, yeah, I'm aware
Yeah.
of In Living Color.
Yeah, Damon Wayans had a recurring character called Handyman. And he basically beat up people with his tard strength. And like one day it was like, the case of the occupied handicap stall. Excuse me, sir. That's for handicapped people. Get out of here. I'm taking a dump. Looks like somebody's gonna join the ranks of the disabled. And he like rips the door off the hinges and beats them up.
We're gonna have to get clips of that. I'm gonna have to get clips of that for this channel. But yeah, no, what Richard's saying here, the passing of the mantle works well when the character earns it. It's like usually the sidekick grows up and becomes the character, right? Mm-hmm. But it doesn't change the fact that not everything is a mantle. Like Thor is the best example of it because we've had characters pick up Thor's hammer before, but then all of a sudden Jane Foster is like, I'm Thor now. Are you? Okay.
Wasn't it like the Amazing Thor 2 or like the Spectacular Thor or some like stupid like addendum to it? Like they didn't want us to call her Femme Thor.
She was the Mighty Thor.
Yeah, the Mighty Thor. Like,
and I was like, I don't know. I feel like Thor was pretty mighty on his own, And then they turned him into the Unworthy Thor, which was actually a really good book. Unworthy Thor was a really good book, another unofficial recommendation, but it ends with absolute bullshit. Like the whole book is him going after, because he finds out that the ultimate version of the hammer is like, in their universe, and he goes after it. And the whole story is him going after this. And you think, oh, okay. So you got female Thor and then he's going to have the ultimate hammer and then he'll be Thor again. It'll be fine. But then like, it literally ends with him not getting the hammer.
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, well, that's a bit of bullshit. But other than that, the rest of the book was really good.
Well, no, he gets lectured by cancer-ridden Femme Thor about like his male privilege, or what was that one book where it was like unsolicited opinions on Israel?
Oh my God. Yeah. Don't even, they're constantly doing shit like that. Like that's just their, their go-to these days. Like I've said it, I actually said it to someone in one of my comments the other day, because they're like something about Trump. And I'm like, look, man, I'm Australian. As I said in the video, I don't care. Like, there's nothing I can do about it one way or the other. So why are you hassling me with this shit?
Yeah.
American politics has driven a lot of Americans insane, just like absolutely insane.
Yeah, and it's scary because like it's become like almost like brainwashing or like religious zealots. Where like I don't even want to engage. I'm like, it's not like you can't deprogram that. Just step away.
Yeah, no, I just laugh at them these days. Yeah, Australians, Trump for Australian PM in 2024. Yeah, exactly. Like because Disney and Marvel and that, right? Like they forget, like the creators that work there forget that they're selling this stuff to everybody in the world. Like you're running a worldwide franchise. Yep. And so putting American stuff, like specifically American politics stuff, is just, it's like super, it turns people off, especially outside of the US. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, whether or not I would have voted for him is one way or, like, that's neither here nor there. But I can't do anything one way or the other, Like, I don't need to hear about it. I don't give a shit. I've got my own politics to deal with. And yet they just,
you got prime ministers getting eaten by sharks, or they find a surfboard with a big chunk missing.
Yeah, or he was a Chinese spy.
Oh, God.
It's not confirmed one way or the other. He was just never seen again.
What was what was that female PM there? That I'm offended.
Yeah, I'm offended. Yeah, exactly. Vinny has Trump and Biden telling jokes on his channel, and it just drives people insane.
Yeah. Man.
Nah, see, but like, John Campy is a fucking tool. But they'd be like, oh, these aren't political issues, they're human issues. And like, they're not, though. They're literally not. Really not. Like, I've said before that, like, you guys have an unhealthy relationship with race. Everything is racist. And it's like, that's gotten worse over the years. And like, as an Australian, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I literally don't. I just want my superheroes to fight each other and stuff. Like, I want to bash my toys together. That's all I want. Stop giving me this other crap. For real.
Yeah, dude, when I worked in California as a video game developer, I saw how weird.
Yeah, Obama did that. Stuff.
Yeah. Dude, it like so like I got because I look white, so I get I got a white last name, so Whitey McWhite. So
Right,
I get
yeah,
all the
I
crap
thought you
or
were
whatever.
white. I was shocked. I wouldn't have invited you on if I didn't think you were white.
Oi, we've got an Oriental. No, so I didn't think anything of it, whatever, Whitey McWhite. And then they start bringing up these things like, oh, you've got white privilege or you got this
You're
or whatever.
white passing. Yeah.
Well, no, they didn't even know anything. Like, it was just, you got white this, white that. Like, well, like I had something happen once and they're like, well, it could have been worse. At least you weren't like, you're white, so you got off easy or whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, just let it slide. It's a workplace. I'm not going to bring that shit
Right.
up. And then one day I had pictures of my family on my desk and somebody came over and they're like, oh, who's that? I'm like, oh, that's my dad. That's my sister. And they're like, are you adopted? I'm like, no. And then from then on, like, that you could see like the like proliferate around the office. And suddenly, like, they started treating me like I'm special needs. Like,
Oh my
oh
God.
yeah. And I'm like, wow, like it went from evil McWhitey White to like, oh yeah, does this offend you?
But it's like, they don't even see that that's what makes them racist.
Yep.
You're like, now you're treating me differently because I'm a different race. What the fuck? Like, yeah, no, that is racism right there, guys.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
so
anyway.
like, it's so disheartening because it's like when you call them out on it, it's the projection starts and then it's the
Yeah.
well, like, because it's, for me it's like I don't see race. Like I don't care. It's like brown hair or blue eyes or whatever. It's like whatever. But like, disabled. I'm
Yeah.
disabled.
Hashtag we care.
Dude, I'm gonna add that now to all of my X posts for Infinito Chronicles.
Go put it in your bio on Twitter.
Put it next to my pronouns, like His Majesty and his greatness or whatever.
G'day, Sumo. Welcome. I'm sure you showed up a minute ago, but I'm just seeing you now for the first time.
Like John
So,
Cena.
yeah. Is it my recommendation or is it yours now? I can't remember. I've lost track.
Yeah.
Oh, it's yours. We're talking about yours. We went way off track.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's
so
okay.
I wanted to bring in this book because, my God, the book I'm about to talk about, it took me 3 days to unpack all of the goodies in this gargantuan box. The box weighed like 11 something pounds. Like, I put it on my mailer
Wow.
scale and it was like, this thing, it gave it a hernia. And I was like, oh my God. So the book is called Mavericks, Mavrics, and it's a mech story. So it's, if you love BattleTech or Macross or, Robotech series, it will be right up your alley. It's
Neff's a friend of the channel. Global
Hell
Frequency
yeah.
is good stuff. Yeah, go subscribe to Global Frequency if you haven't. They are straight up professional, unlike us. Like, they just interview creators and stuff. It's good. Super friendly vibes.
Yeah, and like he knows what he's doing. This book was like, it was amazing. You could see the inspiration, but at the same time, it didn't feel derivative. The story is in this dystopic, I would say post-war, but it feels like the war is still going on between these two major world factions. Like, the world is over at this point. It's now like a leveled, like it looks like downtown Beirut in the 80s, and like, well, yeah, I don't want to bring up the more topical ones, but the idea is that everything is laid to waste, and there's this like it follows one of the faction sides, kind of like the R side, not those terrible Orientals side. And, so you've got these basically they go on like a kind of a, I'd say, an escort mission, basically to retrieve some refugees and bring them back to, quote unquote civilization. And the mission kind of goes awry where everything looks fine. The one guy that they had held back, they're like, you're supposed to be on vacation, do yourself a favor, unwind, you're going to freaking snap, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And he's like, no, I don't have a good feeling about this, man. Something seems off. And they're like, relax. We got some of the best mechs out there. They can handle anything. Well, we all know what happens when somebody says that in a movie. And
they're all gonna die now.
Yeah, they meet one of the coolest looking badass evil samurai mechs that I've ever, like, it was like, dude, where's the action figure of that and how do I put money into it? Like, this thing looks awesome. And yeah, the like you get to know all of the characters in the squad. You actually feel bad when, I'm not going to spoil everything, but let's just say not everybody comes home. And yeah, it's really well written. I would say it's got a taste of like Aliens in it. It's got a taste of all the Macross, like Robot Jocks. It's definitely like, if you can grab a copy of this. I know the Volume 2 campaign is coming out soon or on the horizon, but it's definitely on my list of things to back. This was a great book.
Yeah, well, I've heard nothing but great things about this. This was because Mavericks came out a while ago now, the first one, right? I was actually hired. Neff was one of the first people to ever hire me for a commission, and it was like before I'd leveled up or anything. So you can find some old robot pictures that I drew.
Sweet.
That came with this, yeah. I'd have to redraw it today, though. I bet you if I looked at it, I would hate it. But that's a fun fact. Neff was one of the first people to ever hire me for something.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. People in the chat, Good Joe saying Mavericks is legit good. I did one of the supplemental stories, by the way. Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you put a dude cooking food on a grill for 5 pages, Fisk?
That's Scotsman on Vinny's channel. Scotsman's got a pretty sick grill, and he was grilling some really nice food.
G.I. Joe with mechs.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. Yeah. Luniverse's pronoun is kiss the ring. Wow.
Yes. And putting that in bio now.
Right, yeah. But we went way off track when talking about this one, though. So, yeah. Mavericks has nothing to do with any of the things we were talking about a minute ago. Definitely check it out, though. And Neff's a good dude. He's, he tries to be really professional on his channel and everything. He does great interviews. And, sometimes it goes well for creators, sometimes it doesn't. But I always enjoy the show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So what should I pick next? What should I pick? I've got a couple more to go, I think. Superman Unchained I've already done. Yeah, we'll do this one. This is another. I'll save that. I'll save my, I've got 2 more to go. All right. So, but next up, we've got one that we can actually, talk about for a few minutes. Application window. Here we go. Roach Balls. Do you remember Roach Balls?
Yes.
Roach Balls is hilarious. It is one of my favorite books that I've ever received in there. It's oversized, so it's like big magazine-sized comic book.
Yep.
It is. I'll show you guys right now. I've got some pictures. I saved them. Like the artwork in it is ridiculous and like colorful. It's all done traditionally with Copics and things like that. It is, and it's an R-rated book. Like it's for adults only. It is disgusting. It is hilarious. And if you look closely on some of the pages, not on any of the pages I've got here, but like I'm actually an Easter egg in this book. It says like Dean James with a bunch of other things in the graffiti. So yeah, like check this shit out. Roach Balls is really, it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. Honestly, it is like look at these little monster things. They remind me of like Jonan Vasquez, like Invader Zim and and things like that. And it has like a real disgust, like a dirty look, like a Ren and Stimpy or something like that. Everything is just gross in this book, but it's hilarious. It's genuinely funny, and it is so well done. And honestly, hold on, I'll change tabs real quick. Whoop, too far. Let's go back to the cover. But I will open up the tab real quick, because this, stop sharing, share screen, has one of the best trailers that were ever made.
Yes.
Do you remember the Roach Ball trailers?
Oh, God, yeah. Cat Shit Island.
Let's watch it.
Welcome to Cat Shit Island. A toxic, radioactive nightmare. To survive the freaks, beasts, and gangs, you're going to get some balls. Dreaming, loving, touching, clutching, shooting, smoking, snorting, fucking, I be on another level. Call of Duty, took that metal. They so fruity, call it pebble. Make it bubble like a kettle. I'm so dope, I be illegal. They call it sequel, treat it right, I be so equal. I'm so fly, I be like eagle. Just so fast they say I'm legal, so mean that they say I'm evil. Walk around like I don't see them. Rich Ayala's Roach Balls. Back it today on Indiegogo.
Fun fact: when you buy an extra copy of this and leave it at your dentist's office waiting room, yeah, they don't like that.
Damn, I was muted. But yeah, they don't know what they're missing, you know? Like honestly, that's their own fault. They're missing out. Because this is a hilarious, just a gross, disgusting, hilarious tale following what may be an eldritch god in
Yes.
Roach Balls himself. Like he's straight up a monster living just in the grittiest, shittiest town ever. And
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
did you get the Roach Facts trading card and the plastic roaches shipped with
Yeah,
yours?
yeah, I got all kinds of shit. I got CDs and everything that came with mine. It was sick. Rich is an
Yes.
absolute legend. I don't think you'll get that stuff anymore because I think that was limited. You know, but if you
Nope.
can get a copy of Roach Balls, get it. Because
Yeah.
it's unlike anything else you've ever read before. It is ridiculous and insane, and you will laugh out loud on multiple occasions in this book. It is so good. It's disgusting. So good.
I wish like this reminds me of like back when MTV was good, like the liquid television, like experimental age when you had like, you know, the early Beavis and Butthead and like
Right.
when like I don't know, like this would have been
See you,
a
Joe.
perfect. Have a good one. Like this would have been like that trailer alone. That was done by Dying Days, right? Like the
Yeah.
like I want the cartoon in that style. Like I want to see an animated short, you know, little 15
I would
minute
watch
short
Roach
clip.
Balls. I would honestly
yeah.
watch a Roach Balls cartoon. Hell yeah.
I want to know what his voice would be though. Would he be kind of like this?
No, you just sound like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
That's how I
So I
always
started
read it.
blasting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Luniverse is also going. Goodbye, Luniverse.
Oh,
Sorry to
have a
see
good
you
one.
go, my friend. Mad Mag with Death. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dean's pronouns are she, them, as in let him she them titties. Yeah, exactly. Crazy
So
Mad
it's
owns
Sean
original
Weber?
art from Roach Balls. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
own any original artwork, but I do have like, you know, the comic and all the other little collectible tids and, you know, things that they threw in.
And it's a
Yeah.
big book. It's like what, like a 11 by 14 or like it's or well, actually I don't know what
It's
that
big.
is.
It's like magazine size. I don't know the actual measurements of it, but it is big. It's so big it had to go next to my other books and things that aren't on the comic book shelf because it just wouldn't. So, but yeah, check it out.
Hell yeah.
I actually don't know if you can even find, like, you can probably find it on eBay or something, but like this is worth the read. It is a hilarious instant classic, and it was so it took the indie comic scene by storm when it first came out. I think that trailer has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, go check out Roach Balls if you haven't already. It's worth it.
Yes, definitely.
With that incredible trailer too, which you can still find on YouTube. All right, I've only got one left. So how many more do you have left?
I got a few, but I can hold these off for another time.
Okay, well, you pick one more or pick two more if you want to. Either or.
Sure. Let's see. I can pick. How about the Veil Walker? Number one. Waiting on number two. Come on, Stefan.
Yeah, he's done the campaign for number 2, hasn't he? I'm sure.
Yep. I think I backed that one twice.
Bring that up on screen for everyone to see it if they're not familiar. Here you go.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So basically, if you're a fan of Jim Butcher's books, like the Dresden Files, this is a great, like, this is like X-Files and Millennium and Fringe mixed in with with Butcher's books, plus a little bit of Latino flavor. And you've got this character who, the reason why it's called the Veil Walker is because he is kind of the supernatural consultant for law enforcement. Like when shit gets weird, they bring him in to investigate. And he never disappoints. Like wherever he is, there's demonic, weird stuff from the other side, the veil, so to speak, between the spiritual world and the normal world.
Hell, that is up there, yeah.
Yeah. It opens with a pretty messed up, like these kids were like live streaming something and they saw something they shouldn't have, and they all get pretty much rocked by this demonic like tentacle thing. So they basically call in the Veil Walker. I think his name's like Alexander. And the police are like, okay, this is some messed up stuff. What do you see? And he kind of pulls from his like Dresden Files style magic toolbox, and he's like, okay, yep, there's definitely demonic stuff here. And like this one of those kids gets his head ripped off and then slammed into his like between his ribs, like so his head is like and they're like on the autopsy bed, and they're like, I don't even know what the hell to do, like what the hell would do this. So so basically Alexander goes in and like interrogates the dead because he can talk to the dead or whatever, and it's basically it's like some like this is definitely demonic, something bigger than I initially anticipated. And as he leaves and goes and investigates more, and he starts getting attacked by these demons that are like, leave this one alone, let it be, because this stuff's bigger than you. And he's like, great, now I'm like pissing off the demon government, the demon world government, essentially. And when the corpse that had its head reanimates and kills everybody in the room, it's a freaky ass scene. It's like this headless naked corpse with like, just chopped off at the shoulders, just like sits up on the table, and you're like, oh boy, that's not fun.
Wow.
But yeah, it's got some horror in it too, which is nice. Like it almost feels like Hellraiser in some parts. So,
oh wow. Cool.
Yeah, it's a great book, and I'm looking forward to book number 2. I know he's had some artist problems, and I think he had to like replace his artist or something, so that they're kind of been on a delay for a while. But I'm definitely hoping that we get to see book 2.
Well, yeah. Also, I hope you get to see book 2 too. Like, hate for it to not to come out, especially because I know he got that funded and stuff. So
yep.
But yeah. Definitely check this out if you haven't already. It's cool. It's cool. Like, I am familiar with this. This is something I am familiar with, at least.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to my last pick of the evening.
Oh yeah.
Which is one that some of you guys may have actually heard of this one. Because this is a pretty popular book. It's not like super famous or anything, but it's a classic. And this is Fathom by Michael Turner. It's Michael Turner's magnum opus. Who, I'm sure you've all heard of Michael Turner. He's a legendary artist who, unfortunately was, taken from us too soon. He died, many years ago now, but he was one of my favorite artists, and he, this is his thing, like he wrote this, he drew it all, at least, the first, I think it's like 12 or 13 or something, like I've got it all on my shelf, but it's one of like, they've still continued it to this day, but we're only talking about the Michael Turner stuff, and it is phenomenal. Like it follows this main chick, Aspen, that's the chick on the cover right there. And she's just like a surfer girl, like she hangs out at the beach and goes swimming and stuff like that. But it turns out that she's part of this, like, for lack of a better way of describing it, like Atlanteans, like underwater people. And she is part of this race, and she can control water, which is what you see on the cover there. She's like moving it around and everything, like a water mancer. I don't even know. I don't know the technical term.
Hydromancy.
Yeah. She's essentially the chosen one, like she's the one who's going to make everything better. And she gets stuck in this battle, like in this war between, the underwater people and the surface bad guys. Or, I mean, they're all kind of bad guys, really, now that I'm thinking about it. But it is a great book. True. And like the artwork alone is just amazing, unlike anything you've ever seen. Like Michael Turner is at his best. When you see some artists, like, well, I mean, not some, it's like most artists, you can tell when they don't give a shit, like they're just doing a paycheck, or when they actually care and they're taking their time with everything. Michael Turner took his time with every single panel in this entire book, and it is so good.
Oh,
Dean, put Fathom in the box so I, a non-member, can win this. How about you become a member and you'll win it? Maybe I will put Fathom in the box.
Oh,
I've got
sweeten
this
the pot.
cover here. This cover here is like the actual trade paperback I've got, but I've also got like the individual issues, so maybe I will put Fathom in the box. What then, awesome one? But yeah, Vinny says, I knew Michael. He was a good dude. Yeah. Like that's everybody has always said. I know they say that about people when they die, right? But I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Michael Turner. You know, like, they made a full documentary about him and everything after he died. And everybody was just, he was one of the best of us, honestly. And yeah, like the whole first series, I nearly said season, but the first series of Fathom, written and drawn by Michael Turner, is it's truly special. You know, like it's something unlike anything you've ever read before. The artwork is beautiful. The story is engaging and enchanting, and like it's amazing. It's amazing. So definitely, this is one of those ones that like I would have featured this in the first episode. You know, because like I didn't, because I was trying to avoid things that people had heard about, specifically trying to do unknown books. But at this point, I'm running out of books. So, but yeah, Fathom is top notch. It's one of those ones that you've probably seen it around, but a lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people had never read it. You know, and this is your chance. I'm telling you now, read it, because it's unlike anything you've ever read before. And Michael Turner just knocks it out of the park on every single page. Nobody puts Fathom in a corner. Yeah, F cancer, exactly right. Man, like he had cancer and he got better, and then it came back years later. And it's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Turner, he coughed it. It's really sad what happened to Michael Turner.
Yeah. Just goes to show, you know, like we all have kind of the, you know, just a limited time here. So make the best out of it. And Michael obviously did with Fathom. I mean, he left his mark behind. Good guy, great books, you know.
Drawing beautiful chicks sells. Yes, it does, Oz. Also, hello, Oz. Yeah, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? But yeah, this is full of like beautiful people. There's not a single ugly person in this entire book. Like everybody is ripped as shit. All the women are super babes, and like it's good stuff. It's honestly good stuff. Witchblade 1 to 8 and Fathom 1 to 9 defined what comics should be for me, says Jason. Yeah, no, definitely. 100%. I'm going to recommend Witchblade one day, like one of these days for sure, because that is also drawn by Michael Turner and is just chef's kiss. But yeah, Fathom, if I had to choose out of Fathom and Witchblade, I would choose Fathom, because Fathom is just one of my favorite books. And like, this is the chick Aspen in the middle there. Good stuff. Highly recommend. Yeah, men attracted to women, mind blown. Yeah,
perish the thought.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, right? Who would have honestly, like, it's a mystery. I don't know why it happens, but it does. Yeah, definitely check out Fathom. It is one of the best books I've ever read, and I've read it multiple times. It's just such a good book all around. You know, like everything about it, the story, the artwork, everything. Check it out,
dude. We've covered some bangers on this list. Like, there wasn't a single one where I'm like, like, We Got Demons looks freaking sweet. Like, it's been a one giant.
Definitely check it out, man. We Have Demons is like one of those like hidden gems. Like, not many people have heard about it because it was digital only. But like, yeah, definitely check it out, man. Like, now these days you can buy physical copies of it, and it's worth it. It's highly recommend that one.
I also got to say, like, it's been really depressing, like having all of my hobbies hijacked and not being able to geek out about stuff that I like. So it's great having like channels like this where instead of the drama, instead of talking about what this person did where or got, whatever, it's like, no, dude, this is what it's all about. Like, this is why we're geeks. This is, the cool stuff.
Well, no, man, that's the reason I did this kind of shows, because, everything else is just like me laughing at dickheads and, like, arguing and drama and everything. Just everywhere you look, it's exhausting, like you need to remind yourself why you're even here in the first place. And like, that's what this stream's all about, is the things we actually like, the things that are worth it,
Hell yeah. Man.
So do you want to recommend another one, or should that be the end? Because Fathom, it's kind of hard to top Fathom.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard, like, I mean, if possible, if you're, if we ever do this again, if you ever have me on again, I'll go through the second half of my list. But yeah, like these have been great books, man. I've been taking notes. So
yeah, well, man, I do that every single time. Like, every one of these shows I've done, I write down the ones that are recommended by the co-host that I actually, check out, and I have not been disappointed once. So like, go, even if you just skip through, you don't even need to watch it yet. Just skip through to see what we all recommend on all the other ones, and you will find some absolute gold. Like
Yeah.
there is some really good stuff in every one of these episodes. But yeah, what are we fighting for? Says Jay. Exactly, Jay. We're fighting to save comic books. War Boom. What's it good for? Ha.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, yeah. No, I mean I've got to get back to work in like 10 minutes anyway. So.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for
I
having me on, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure, man. You've been great. You're a good guest host. I'm yet to have a bad guest host, but I will be sure to tell them if they ever show up. I'll be like, "You're fucking terrible at this." But yeah, you know, everybody remember to like the video and stuff, all that stuff. You know, like, subscribe, etc., etc. Don't forget about my membership giveaway coming soon. We've got multiple things in there now that people have been told about, and there'll be more to come. You know, the box isn't full yet, but you got your jar of Vegemite, you got some original artwork, you got Batman First Night #1, you've got Groken #1, Company Men Collector's Edition hardcover, lots of different things.
I think there's an ad for Infinitale Chronicles in that Company Man book. I could be wrong.
Is there? Is
There
there?
might be.
I don't know. I remember I put that one together.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Whew.
It's the other way around, John. Is Ellie streaming right now? How dare she? It's the other way around, John. It is the other way around. Jay's like, wait, Chris is white? No, we established that earlier. He's not. I was as shocked as you were, but for other reasons. Hey, how am I supposed to maintain my image of a blatant racist if I just allow any race on here? What the hell am I thinking?
Do I need to call you Guaylo or like was it Baka Gaijin?
I don't know. I don't know what any of that means. But yeah, I will share her stream, awesome one. We'll do it Ali Raid. I don't actually know how to do that, so I'm just gonna drop the link in there and tell everybody to do it. Let me just grab that link for you, right? But make sure you let her know that I sent yous, you know? Be like Dean Raid, like Comics Mate Raid, etc., etc. Like copy the link. Let me put it in here. But yeah, as soon as we're done, like you might want to stick around for this song though, because this song is some of the coolest shit ever, for real.
Yeah.
Vinny's like, Chris is my brother. I didn't mean to out him as non-white.
Are you keeping them under the floorboards?
Yes. But yeah, there's a link to Ali's stream. Click on that in a second. But as of right now, honestly, I'm not even joking. Oh, hi, Chris. You showed up super late, man. We were just about to end. But seriously, guys, you're going to want to see this. This is one of the best songs that I've ever played on my channel. And it's sick. You're going to like it.
Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. 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 Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. 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 Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman.